Falkirk, like every other town in Britain today, has families and individuals experiencing crisis in their lives. Now is a plea for help to deliver this service. It's very hard to imagine that today, in our rich Western culture, some people find it very difficult or even impossible to feed their families.
I've questioned it all, and I'm never wrong. But the feeling's gone, the feeling's gone.
Most people struggled to think or understand why food banks have come about.
Many are affected by sudden loss of income, 0-hour contracts, loss of a family member, sickness, benefit sanctions, low-paid jobs and debt.
Obviously the success of the food bank is due to the volunteers.
Well, I think there's a lot of people you're asking, who cares? There's a lot of people do care, and it's good to see that people do care. But I think if you come in here and you see a lot of caring people, and they're, like myself, just want to give something back.
We delivered the stuff, and it was coming up to Christmas, so there was an extra wee present there for him. Now it was both men that were in the van, but he came running down the path and hugged the pair of us, thanked us. Neither of us went away without a tear in our eye, to be quite honest. It was very touching, you know. Some people are very appreciative of what they get.
It was fear because I had nothing in the fridge, nothing, no gas, electricity, everything runs out when your money's due, and then you find out that it's not there. I was scared, I was confused, I felt like my whole world had collapsed. I got advice to go to the Citizens Advice Bureau, so I went up there and it was late, they were just about to shut, but they took me in and they spoke to me and they contacted the food bank for me. It was the first time I'd heard it. It meant the world to me because without that I wouldn't have had any food. I would have starved to I don't know when. So I went home and the next thing I knew I got a chap at the door and it was Falkirk Foodbank. There were stars in my eyes completely. They'd saved me from I don't know what.
Come on and rain down on me.
Thank you so much for the generosity of your much needed food parcel in my recent crisis. It was so much appreciated, and even more so as it was on a Saturday. Thank you and God bless.
One of the successes of the food bank has been the social side for the volunteers. So when they come here, it's a relaxed and happy atmosphere.
See, I'm a people person, right? So I think it's fun for to get to know people and get to know what makes them tick. I know why I come here.
The food bank helps a wide range of people. I'm going to quote here and it's not nice, but I've heard that people saying to us, it's like, it's your drug users, your alcoholics, that's the people that use it. And to be fair, there's a lot of people who use the food bank, it's just they've had good jobs, the economy's crashed, they've ended up out of work, and they've had to resort to a food bank. And there's a lot of proud people there that's using a food bank, and they find it difficult. I think that's the biggest problem for people.
Currently we put out almost 6 tonnes a month. And that's every month. It's not up or down, it is a steady amount. And over the 2 and a bit years, we have put out 172 tonnes of food.
I'm just going to weigh in food that comes in. All the food that comes into the food bank and goes out gets weighed. It keeps our stock fresh. This is then taken from there and it gets sorted into this area here, which has all the different categories of food that we have in stock, alphabetically arranged, which is really helpful, saves us time.
Since December 2012, the Falkirk Foodbank has fed over 17,000 people, and a third of these are children.
I delivered stuff with them, and you know, I came home and I had a good cry when I got home, because it was mainly women who were left with kids, and the kids were standing on bare floorboards with no slippers or anything on. Sometimes we took the stuff right through to the kitchen and you could see how they were living. And in the 21st century, it really touched me. It really touched me.
Kind of makes me feel a bit bad because, well, we have some things that, and we are kind of lucky, but it's not fair for them.
People find themselves in a situation that you never ever think would happen to you.
And quickly.
Yes.
All of my thoughts are suddenly clear. For you are here. For you are here. I give you my heart, my life, and all I hold dear.
We're all connected, we're all here to support each other, and if we've got the ability to support people who need our help, that's what we do.
All that food has been donated by the general public, from churches, from schools, from businesses.
Look, you can look at these things two ways. We get the stats for the supermarkets, and it's well known. There's chunks of people really struggling. You know, you can't think in this day and age. We produce 54 tonne of sausages a week. A small part of that can make a huge difference to people, and I think, you know, it's easy not to think about that, but if you do think about it, it's absolutely the right thing to do.
Now that I've seen what they do in the food bank and what a big impact they make, I might want to help out just to help change.
We also have people who have received food parcels that are back on their feet, and they come back in and they volunteer as well.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way thing.
I'm planning on volunteering and taking up food because I could do it now. I've still not got a lot, but I've got a lot more than some folk have.
We had a family who came in with 6 or 7 large supermarket bags filled with food, and they had been given help from us. They were now both working, they said, on their feet, so they put something back into the food bank.
The Falkirk community has definitely supported Malcolm Allen in the past. We'd just try to do a wee bit back.
Dear all, I've had a really difficult time recently and received some of your food parcels, which really became a lifesaver.
In the year 2013-2014, more than 900,000 people in the UK used food banks. The Food Bank network is part of the Trussell Trust, a Christian charity committed to community action against poverty and marginalisation in the UK.
But I'm chuffed to bits that the church, who is was often seen as uncaring and not sort of part of ordinary life. I'm chuffed to bits that as a Christian I can do something to help somebody a lot worse off than myself.
You had hope because you had two folk that they cared. It meant so much.
Makes you feel good.
It does.
You know, it makes you feel good that you're doing something good and it's worthwhile.
Down on me. Come on and
well, it's great actually. The teams that work here are fantastic. They are dedicated for a minimum of 2 hours a week, and when they are here, there's a lot of bantering and there's a lot of just joy. The fact we're working and doing something positive, and really, it's some great folks in here.
have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. I was born on a beautiful morning. I gotta say it was a fine, fine day. I'm smiling, the sun is shining. Oh my Lord, I've come a long, long way. I am reborn. I have been baptized in fire. I trust in Jesus now and forever, forever. With his life he paid and he rose from the grave and death became undone. I said, excellent. I'm exhausted. I was born on a beautiful morning. I gotta say it was a fine, fine day. I'm smiling, the sun is shining. Oh my Lord, I've come a long, long way.
No, don't do smiles. Read a contract. Oh, yeah.
I trust in Jesus.